5'3", because of his diabetes, had a wooden leg and that. He had pictures of himself. Let me tell you, this guy was at the VA hospital as a maintenance person. He was the president of the local hospital. He had pictures of himself in the civil rights marches down south with those hoses coming at him, because it was hot, right, Carlotta? So they had to make sure those nice sheriffs were just kind of cool off these marches because they're hot. And I always sat there and I would say, and John got fired over this. John was out of work for 2 years because you didn't do that then. A black man was supposed to, and they weren't black people then, okay? Colored man was supposed to know his place. I found out to Lori because her mother grew up down south. Was supposed to know his place. But this man went out there, and he also was a jazz player. In fact, if anybody knows old jazzmen, they probably know who John O'Rourke is around here, and would play in a lot of bands to keep his family and food. He would do a lot of these little gigs. And I always looked at him and said, God, would I have done the same thing? When I've been out there to do that kind of thing. One thing about the union thing is, if you want to see pictures, when Martin Luther King marched in Detroit, who was next to him? You may not like Jimmy Hoffa, but Jimmy Hoffa was next to him. Walter Reuther, my little hero, because I'm a UAW fan, was on the other side of him. Okay? And when I tell people my father worked at Ford Motor, lived in South Dearborn, he worked there in the 30s, and remembers was walking to work the day they threw the people off the overpass. I mean, that was union thing. They threw people off the overpass, one over Miller Road. I mean, you're talking 20 feet up. Ford Motor goons, that's what they were, hired people, threw people because they wanted a better life off of the overpass. Now, I'm one of 5 children of my father's family. We all went to college. A couple of my brothers and sisters have advanced degrees. A lot of them wanted to teach in that. I have teeth at my age that my parents didn't, because they were depression children. I'm sure people my age know that. You didn't have the money to do it when you grew up in a poor family. My father was the only one that worked in his family of 9 during the Depression. And I look at that and say, I can do what I can do, live in a nice house, drive a decent car, have some retirement savings, because of the fact that he had that. We got dental care, we got medical care. He had enough money to put us through college. Lori tells me the same thing. Her father grew up poor, and she's got brothers that are police officers and mechanics and that, and she went to college even with that because of that. Got some good medical care when she had some medical problems because of that. And that's what I say we're there for, and that's what we say that you have personal dignity when you're on the job. That somebody can't just say, I don't like you because of the way you look. I don't like you because you're Muslim. I don't like you because you're black. And it still exists. Don't think it doesn't exist. And that's what we say. Well, we stand up for the person who does that. That healthcare thing is, who went to Obama and said, hey, what is this that you're going to tax some of our benefits? The union, we fought hard. Our people give up other wages on that for us. Okay, you have a white-collar job, but people... Do you know how much more you make in Detroit than even they make in Grand Rapids? Why? Prevailing wage. Who made the prevailing wage in Detroit?
UAW, AFGE.
I mean, that's the issue. That's what we fight for, and that's what we want people to stand up for, that you should have a right to be who you are, where you are, and if you do your job well, that should be enough. And, if you want to get ahead, that's fine. Like I said, but you play the game fair and remember where you came from when you get there. That's all. And we've all had good days. We all have bad days. I can't say that every day I do the same product that I do the other day. But the other thing is that when they try and treat us like we're production workers, we're not production workers. It still says social on that door. It says Social Security, so we're socialists. I'm sorry, we are. Okay, that's what we do. And they have to realize that. That's part of what we are. And like I said, that's why I do what I do, and that's why I've always done what I've done, and I just want people to at least ask people and say, this is what we're there for. Yeah, we have benefits for you, but it's a united voice to stand up for the rights that people should have to be treated that way. I mean, and I'll tell you, the next battle is going to be on the privacy issue thing, what you can do and what you can't do, from things that I've been hearing, contracting out and things like that. And that's it. And where the jobs are. Every time they
send something out to your initial claims unit or something else. That's less work to be done in Detroit. Okay? We need jobs in Detroit. We need people in Detroit to take care of the people who can't do things like that. I really appreciate everybody who came here tonight. It makes me feel good, makes us feel more like we want to do, and it shows that you guys care, and the people where you care. Let me tell you, too, when you think they don't care, they still pay those dues all the time. They do read some of the stuff we put out, and do forward that stuff on there, because we got our contract people. They're not making those stories up. You can go. We're going to be transparent. Like Deb started this meeting. If you go to
www.mycontract.2009.com, you will see what management is proposing.
And that's not us making it up. And they're upset because it's out there. They're complaining to our people it's out there, and it's like, hey, if this is what you want,
let's tell it.
Yes, you can look at it on your lunch. You can look at it on your breaks. Okay,
spread the word.
Yep. Those are, particularly the lunch is your own time, and the breaks, that 15 minutes of personal use of the computer says you can do it. You can look at it. And some people read it at home. Some of it, I understand, is extremely boring, but it still puts it out there, and we'll continue to put it out. Because one thing that I pushed for in this contract negotiation, Debbie was there too. You tell us what's going on, people, so we can tell our people, this is what it is. You don't have to hear it from me. Here it is. Look at it yourself. But like I said, it's not looking good, and that's what management thinks of you when they say it. Those are the people that run things. I try not to keep people too late, and it's 8.